Hey, it's me. It's me again. All right, how's it going? How's it going, everybody? So today we're going to be talking about something that sucks, and that is the firing of James Gunn from Marvel. And now, I'm sure Marvel slash Disney would have some political way of spinning this to you, like, well, he's not really fired. We didn't technically confirm him for Guardians 3, but let's be honest, it's bullshit. It's total bullshit, if they were to say that. They came out and said that they have severed their business relationship with Gunn because his jokes, and I'm paraphrasing here, I'm not exact quoting, so I'll be putting sources down in the description to link to stuff, but his jokes and his offensive nature apparently does not match up with Disney's family-friendly tone. And you know what? Here's the thing. I did not make this video to just completely smear Disney. Nothing of the sort, actually. From a business standpoint, here's the sad thing. I get it. 2018, right? Businesses don't want to run the risk of being associated with anything remotely controversial. God forbid a business might have an opinion. Someone who works at a business might have an opinion. Basically, fuck that. They're robots. You do not get to have an opinion. You don't get to say anything offensive. Or you're gone. Now, you know what? If you are working at a business, right? You're currently employed at a company. You say something that's just totally indefensible, totally ridiculous, whether it's in jest or not, people are going to take that seriously. You're going to be gone. I understand that. I might not actually agree with that, and if you can't tell by my tone, I don't agree with that. But here's my thing with the James Gunn situation that just totally pisses me off. He made these jokes years before he was working for Marvel. There is no way, and obviously I can't know this for sure, right? I cannot prove to you that Disney Marvel did not know about these, or that they did know about these jokes ahead of time. But let's say hypothetically that they didn't. They didn't know that he said these things ahead of time before they hired him for Guardians 1. They had no idea. So you're telling me, right? You're telling me that the company that at least allegedly is making the Star Wars stars have these clear-cut public images, they need to look good. They make most of their Marvel stars have to look good in public. Disney, Marvel, both of these companies do not want you running around making a fool of yourself in the entertainment industry because it reflects poorly on them while you work there, right? This is what a lot of people have been saying in the entertainment industry, that these people need to keep their noses clean while they are working there. I understand that. But you're telling me that one of the biggest entertainment companies in the entire world, one of the biggest in the entire world, a company that is paying billions, or at least has devoted billions of dollars in stock and cash towards the acquisition of Fox. They're currently in the middle of that deal. Last I checked, it was upwards of $70 billion. This company doesn't run background checks? Is that what we're saying here? Are we trying to just... I just don't get it. So, if they didn't know that he said these things, that makes them look like a joke, right? Because that means that they don't even run background checks on people they hire. They don't look into their past. They don't do anything. They just go like, oh, that guy's talented. Let's pick him. And they don't look at anything that person's done? Really? That seems ridiculous to me. And while Disney has not made a statement saying that they didn't know, that's what their statement comes across as to me reading it. It's kind of like, that stuff kind of came up. Yeah, that's not good with us. Please go away so we're not associated with you. Now, let's say hypothetically they did know. I think, and this is just my opinion because I don't want to get sued, obviously, but my opinion is there's no way they didn't know. I would assume that this company is smart enough that they did their research, they knew what Gunn had said, they knew that he didn't mean these things, that they were what we call a joke, and I'm going to be honest with you, most of the jokes he made were dumb. They weren't funny. Yeah, I get that. I'm not defending those jokes. But it's insane to me that one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world at least to me, seems to be trying to push it off like they didn't know. They didn't know that he made these offensive tweets. And you're probably going to ask, what were these tweets? If this is the first you're hearing about it, I understand. Now, I'm doing this in one take on my phone because I don't actually have a USB cable to hook this up to my computer right now, and this is the only good camera I have. So I can't show you pictures of the tweets here. I can link to an article that has pictures of the tweets, which I definitely will do in the description. And honestly, some of them are bad jokes that are not funny. A couple of them, not gonna lie, maybe it makes me a horrible person. Fine, go ahead, judge me if you want. Made me snicker. Seriously. And you know why they made me snicker? It's not because they're all funny. It's because they're super, like, trying to be edgy, like, oh man, I'm gonna push some people buttons jokes. And I get that. I've made jokes like that in the past. I try not to, like, go out of my way to make jokes like that anymore because a lot of people don't find them funny. And apparently in our current world, if I were to make a joke like that right now, maybe in 30 years somebody will bring it up and be like, hey, let's crucify this man. Let's just hang him from that tree because he made a joke that made my feelings hurt. Ooh, he made me feel bad. Ooh, he made me feel bad. And here's what is absolutely ridiculous to me about this, guys. Now, I am not a super political person. I don't go on here and I don't say, hey, vote Hillary or vote Trump. You know, I am not out here doing that to you guys, right? I know a lot of people are in today's world. That's not me. Here's the funniest part. We have had so many cases in the last couple of years of people on the left, and if you're on the left, I'm not attacking you, I'm just saying there are people on your side who have done this, pushing to get people who have supported people like Trump, or who have supported people on the right, fired, or kicked out of their jobs for doing or saying something stupid. And I already thought that was ridiculous. Apparently now we're on the other side of it, where conservative people are doing that. Is that really what we've come to? This idea that, hey, I don't like the left, let's do that bad thing that a very small percentage of them does because fuck it. Well, you don't have to be bigger than the other guy anymore. Let's just stoop to that level and tear someone down. The whole point of why these tweets came out, this is the funniest thing. The point of why these tweets came out, and I can say allegedly all I want, but the people who leaked this pretty much verbatim admitted it, was to pretty much take James Gunn down a peg because he's been critical of President Trump. So is this really where we are as a society, like America? Is this where we're at, that if whether you're on the left or right, I'm just saying, they don't support your guy, so let's destroy their career? What a load of bullshit. You don't actually even care at that point. So let's say that you are conservative, hardcore conservative, and I'm not saying this is all conservatives, I should not have to say that, but people get super triggered when you say anything about someone on their political side of the aisle. Also ridiculous, but hey, that's the world we live in. Everybody's triggered all the goddamn time. So let's say that you are hardcore conservative, you support Trump, right? And here's the thing, I don't hate Trump. There's some stuff he's done I think's good. There's some stuff he's done I think's pretty bad. I'm a pretty centrist person. I would like to say I take the realist view. I don't think everybody on the right's great or everybody on the left's great. But here's the thing, you support Trump. He's a changed man, right? That's the thing I've heard from a lot of people. 10 years ago or so, maybe he did have an affair with Stormy Daniels. Maybe he did do a lot of bad stuff. I'm not saying he did, and to be honest with you, I don't care. I don't care what he did in the past. I don't care at all. That's just me. But let's say that he did do those things and he's a changed man. You cannot support the idea of Trump being a changed man and then attack James Gunn for some bullshit stupid jokes that he made years ago when he also claims to be a changed person. So what, some people can change as long as they agree with your guy or as long as they are your guy? But if they don't like your guy, I don't think they can change. They're probably a pedophile. Is that what we're going with now? Is that really where we are? This is just so insane to me. And today, when I'm recording this, Ted Cruz of all people, Ted Cruz, oh my, I got a lot to say about him. He's going off the rails on Twitter saying that if these tweets are true, because a couple of them were poking fun at pedophilia, these edgy edgelord jokes that James Gunn decided to make years ago, which I don't even find that funny, but they're stupid jokes, and they're jokes, whatever, I'm just digressing at this point. But Ted Cruz is saying, oh man, if these jokes are true, we should be trying him. He should be going to prison. Really, Ted? Really? So here's the thing. So you're going to tell me, is this where we're coming from here, Ted? That all stand-up comedians who have ever made any kind of joke about rape or pedophilia, that they're actual pedophiles and rapists? Well, I guess I better throw out my George Carlin Blu-rays, because I remember a pretty controversial joke he made about rape that, oh man, are we going there? Really? It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. There's no reason to be holding people to these standards. Creators are not saints. They're just not. You cannot expect them to be. And there are just so many levels of stupidity to this that I cannot comprehend them all. This is the first time in a long time that I feel very, very justifiably angry at our culture for something so stupid. Because this thing, ultimately, it doesn't even matter that James Gunn was fired. I'm sure the man's set. Nobody's going to just ignore his movies going forward. I mean, he can still say he's the man who pretty much single-handedly directed Guardians 1 and 2, and he even had a hand in Infinity War. I just don't get this. I don't get why we are so out for blood right now. There are so many fronts that we are out for blood on. And some of them, I do understand. There's real things like the Me Too movement where it's like, hey, actual guys in Hollywood, not all, but a lot, have been abusing this power that they have over women. Okay? I understand why there's frustration there. I understand why actual things are being dragged up into the limelight that were hidden there, right? But there are other things, like this guy made an edgy joke years ago, hey, let's burn him to the ground. I just don't get where we're going here. Are we really at this point where we just want to tear it all down, everybody and everything that's not with us? And I guess I don't like getting religious or anything on the channel either. I don't like feeling like I'm at all alienating people, like on purpose. I'm willing to say things and my opinion, obviously, when it is a very serious topic like this. I wouldn't throw anything like the Bible at someone in a random video or anything like that, or the opposite. I also wouldn't drag Satanism or Islam or any of that, like any of these religions, right? Buddhism, Hinduism, I wouldn't throw those at you. But I'm just talking to the people who are on the right who have attacked James Gunn about this, right? If Donald Trump can change, if he can be a changed man, then so could James Gunn. That is the logical conclusion of this. And while James Gunn has said some things like that he is against some forms of organized religion, or at the very least he has said, and this is listed in his Wikipedia page as well, that in some ways he is anti-religious, he also says that prayer plays an important role in his life. So here's the thing. If Donald Trump can find God and become a changed man, why are we tearing down James Gunn? And also, why are we at the point of a society where we need to make an enemy out of everyone? We need to destroy absolutely anyone who disagrees with us. And this is to people on both sides of the aisle or even the middle. We do not need to make enemies of everyone. We don't need to. There are so many terrible people in our world that are allowed to just do whatever they want and get away with it. And no one cares, no one holds them accountable, it doesn't matter. Why don't we go after them? Why are we attacking someone for words? Hollow words that were stupid jokes told years ago that, while distasteful and mostly not funny, admitted by James Gunn himself, do not reflect the person that he is today. And you know why this bothers me so much? There's stuff that I've said in the past, and most of it's not online. Most of it was in real life. There's stuff that I've said and done in the past that I'm sure people could try to drag up and use against me. But that's not the person that I am today. It's just not. We change over time. We're human beings. We are allowed to make mistakes, or at least, for God's sake, we used to be. We used to be allowed to make mistakes. And move on, and learn from them, and grow as people. And you could look back, and you could say, that dumbass was me. That was me, and I cannot believe where I've come from. And now instead of that, instead of looking back and saying, I can't believe how far I've come and who I am today, instead we're saying, that dumbass was him, crucify him. It doesn't matter how many years it's been. It doesn't matter how he's changed. It doesn't matter what he's done for society, what he's made, what he's contributed to our world. Fuck that guy. And you know what? To be honest, if that's the society we're becoming, it's not one I want to live in. That's it. I don't have anything more to say about this. It just makes me really disheartened to see this. This is where we're going. And you know what, guys? I'm always trying to see a light at the end of the tunnel. If this is our world, though, it's hard to see it. We really need to change. We need to change for the better. Instead of going back and tearing people down, we need to look at where they came from and say, wow, that guy's grown a lot. Look at what he's become and what he's going to become. We gain nothing by destroying people. Nothing at all. And in fact, all that does, all going back and destroying people does, often, is turn them into a worse person. And I don't expect that from Mr. Gunn. He seems like a pretty well put together guy who understands that what he did wasn't a good thing. He seems to understand that that there is a business side, obviously, to Hollywood. It's pretty much all business, and that Disney is trying to separate themselves from a controversy. And I understand that as well. I'm not attacking Disney here. My point is basically just that this Disney situation is a real mirror for us to see where we're going. Because so many companies are doing this. They are so scared of being associated with a controversy. They're so scared of hurting someone's feelings. And my feelings, your feelings, we'll get over it. You know what I mean? If a company offends you, you'll get over it. I'm not saying we should just ignore it. But I don't agree with this, the way that things are heading. I don't agree with destroying people over the past. I think we need to push forward towards a better future and not live in the shit of the past. We can't keep going there. If we keep going back there, one of these times our society's not going to claw out of it. And I am interested in what you guys have to say about this. If you totally disagree with me, I would love to hear why. I actually would. I am open to it. But this whole thing has bothered me a lot. And I guess if people can't ask for forgiveness and they can't change, I don't know what the point of any of this is. Why even bring it up if that person can't change? And why hire them in the first place? I don't get it. I don't know if we're so bored with our own lives that we have to destroy other people's or what it is. But guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think. I know this is a pretty heavy-hitting, more serious one. I don't usually get this serious, but if you can't tell, it really bothers me. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. And thanks for sticking it out. I do appreciate it.